Idaho bathroom ban lawsuit dismissed after trans student plaintiff dies by suicide. A legal challenge to Idaho's anti-trans school bathroom law has been dismissed after one of the transgender plaintiffs died by suicide this year. The lawsuit against Senate Bill 1100 were closed last week after Boise High School Sexuality and Gender Alliance and the state agreed to dismiss the cases. The decision came the same day another student involved in the lawsuit graduated. The student group first sued Idaho in 2023, arguing the law violated the 14th Amendment and Title IX by preventing transgender students from using bathrooms and locker rooms matching their gender identity. Under the law now fully in effect in Idaho's K-12 schools, districts must offer reasonable accommodations for students unwilling to use facilities tied to their sex assigned at birth. The Boise students requested access to single-user restrooms, but argued the requirements singled them out. One student identified in court documents as Jane Doe said in filings, quote, it is scary having to look around before to see if anyone will see me going into the single-user restroom, as I worry about people gossiping and speculating about me being transgender. I don't want people to know I am transgender without my consent, end quote. Jane Doe died by suicide in January. U.S. District Judge David Nee offered condolences to the student's family in a court filing. Idaho also enacted a broader bathroom restriction law this year, applying to public and private businesses. That measure is now facing a separate lawsuit from 6 transgender Idaho residents. Well, this is one of those stories that it really does tear at me in ways that other stories don't, because you have a student that has lost their life. And I've just heard over 20 years of my life doing LGBT activism, hearing from queer and specifically trans kids and their families talking about what they endure and the chances of suicide because of what's happened to them. And to see a state enact a law that is so clearly transphobic, and then the plaintiff can't be there because they've taken their own life. Never ever. It's just a glaring example of an injustice system. It tears at me, and it's also a reminder about why this is related. This is a pride story in some ways to me. I don't mean that in a fun way. I mean pride is a protest. Pride is about getting and putting this up and saying this and never again. That's what I see with all this. Thank you to the families and kids working on this in Idaho. God bless you. I don't know what to tell sometimes this stuff.
Yeah. Well, the key part of this story, I mean, I understand the lawsuit and I understand they dismissed it at the request of the family and all that. Fine. But the key underlying factor is that student is no longer with us.
Yeah.